In the ancient world, there was a hope for life after death. No, I'm not talking about the afterlife. I'm talking about children. You see, for ancient people, the goal was to carry on your name through your progeny. And if you didn't have that, then your life ended. In fact, the Old Testament doesn't really talk much about any sort of afterlife. They talk about Sheol, the grave, death. Hannah prayed for this hope. She was barren, and God had not yet given her a child. But when he did, when God did fulfill the desires of Hannah, she praises him. And that's the reading for today here in 1 Samuel 2. It says, "There is none holy like the Lord, for there is none beside you. There is no rock like our God. Talk no more so very profoundly. Let not arrogance come from your mouth, for the Lord is a great God of knowledge, and by him actions are weighed. The bows of the mighty are broken, but the feeble bind on strength. Those who were full have hired themselves out for bread, but those who were hungry have ceased to hunger. The barren has borne 7, but she who has many children is forlorn. The Lord kills and the Lord brings life. He brings down to Sheol and raises up. The Lord makes poor and makes rich. He brings low and exalts. He raises up the poor from the dust. He lifts the needy from the ash heap to make them sit with princes and inherit a seat of honor. For the pillars of the earth are the Lord's, and on him he has set the world. He will guard the feet of his faithful ones, but the wicked shall be cut off in darkness. For not by might shall a man prevail. The adversaries of the Lord are broken to pieces. Against them he will thunder in heaven. The Lord will judge to the ends of the earth, and he will give strength to his king and exalt the horn of his anointed." Hannah had this hope, and it's usually a hope reserved for death. Sheol, this grave we talked about earlier, was thought of as this great equalizer where the rich were brought low and the low were made high. Everything was equaled out, and that was only a hope that you could find in the grave. Hannah has said the Lord has done it. The Lord gives that hope now, and not in this dark, macabre way where we're all just made low, but that he gives generously to the barren. Hannah, because of what God has done, has hope. Not just in a life far away, but in this life. That hope isn't some sort of prosperity gospel thing. It's not that she got the desires of her heart because she trusted in the Lord. It's that God cares for the barren, for those without an heir. And guess what? We should too.